What's up, y'all? This is Daryl D, and I'm back with another vinyl challenge. Now, this vinyl challenge is courtesy of my main man, Triborough Thorough, straight out of Brooklyn. He started, I should say, a vinyl challenge, and it's basically the top 10 albums in your collection with faces on them. So, basically, album covers that really highlights the face. So he and the homie Reg Reviews, they did the first one. Make sure you go check it out right here on YouTube. The name of his channel is That Ain't Rap with a D. That Ain't Rap Podcast. The That Ain't Rap Podcast, and you can see their video. Anyway, Try called me out on it. He's like, Daryl D, I'm calling you out, man. You gotta see what you can do with the top 10 albums in your collection that highlights the face. All right, so let's get started. I got my 10. Now, as soon as he said faces, the album that immediately came to mind is the debut album by Faith Evans. Now, it doesn't get much more attention to the face than this. Okay? This is the epitome of any album, in my opinion, that highlights the face. Look at that. Look at this beautiful woman. And I happen to think that albums like this, especially this album, is like perfect for an autograph or signature because it's light in color. The album is light, so all you need is your regular black Sharpie, and Faith could just do her thing on there. I do have an autograph Faith cover on my wall, but it's the single as soon as I get home. But we're focusing on album cover. So come on, you gotta admit, this is perfect. It's perfect for this challenge. It's perfect for a signature. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful cover. Now, I have 5 that I want to show you with women's faces. And then I have 5 I'm going to show you with men's faces on it. So we're going to show the prettier ones first. And then we'll get to the rough, rugged, and raw stuff. So this one came to mind immediately, so I had to show you that one right away. Next up, I've talked about this album before. This is A Seat at the Table by Solange. Okay, another nice close-up. This picture of her face, I think, perfectly describes the music on this record. It's like a mix between neo soul and grassroots and an artsy type of sound on here. It's really, really, really good music on this one, and I just thought this would be perfect for this vinyl challenge where we're focusing on faces. So Solange would definitely be my number 2. And these are in no particular order. I shouldn't say number 2, but you know what I'm saying. Now this one, ooh, I love this, man. This is the Think About It, Lynn Collins album, and There's Nothing Wrong, or I should say, the best album covers are the ones from back in the day. It's got these beautiful sisters on it. Like, it does not get any better than that. And then if you flip it over, this is a twofer. Both sides is just banging on this album. I mean, it's Lynn Collins, People's Records. I bought this record many years ago, maybe at least 15 years ago. I found this at Amoeba in LA, the old Amoeba, the good Amoeba. And shockingly, because at the time this record was like a $50, $60 record. and I found it at Amoeba for $10. I kid you not, $10. I almost thought this is too good to be true because I mean I thought it was like a reissue or something. No, it's an OG and everything. You know, people's they didn't put out anything whack, so you know I had to pick it up. But Lynn Collins, man, yeah, that's what's up. Man. Let's look at the back again real quick. Okay, all right, leave off with that. Okay, this next one I actually showed this in a recent video, but I had to show this one again. This was my little kid crush, middle school crush. This is Janet Jackson, her debut album. You know, the one with Young Love on it, the one with Come Give Your Love to Me on it. Um, yeah, this is, come on, man. Come on. Do I need to say anything more about this album on why it's so beautiful? Check out the back. They even got the whole back of the record popping off too. Man, what a beauty. I'm gonna run up on her one of these days. Watch. Ooh. So here's the fifth and last one with the females on it. I love this picture so much. This is Arrested Development, and this is for the Effin' Love album. It came out a few years back. And man, like I said before, because this appeared on one of my last videos too with the Janet album, and they've got a few records with beautiful sisters on the cover, and you know they have a knack of just putting these most beautiful women on their album covers, and so I really love this. I really dig this. I love the way on the back they kind of made it look like the first album, or I should say the first single, Tennessee. If you have that 12-inch and you flip it over, it's got the same type of writing that goes down on it. So this kind of looks just like that one. But I got to big up, you know, Speech and everybody over there, Vagabond and, you know, Arrested Development. One of my favorite groups in the world. But this album, they really did it with that album cover. Beautiful, beautiful young sister on there. All right. Now, let's go over to the fellas real quick. Now, this was the second album that I thought of when Triborough said we're gonna focus on faces on album covers. This immediately came to mind. Afrobeat all up in the house right now. I call this guy Sean Kuti, but I think you pronounce his first name like Cian, something like that. Cian. But I'm gonna call him Sean just because I'm not 100% familiar with how you actually pronounce it. Anyway, this is the son of Fela Kuti, you know, Mr. Afrobeat. That's another whole conversation, but straight out of Nigeria. And Egypt Edie, I love the way this says Fela's Egypt 80. So Fela's band, the Egypt 80, was Fela's actual band. So when Fela passed, I guess, you know, Shem picked him up and kept it moving. You know, it doesn't get any better than that. I haven't, unfortunately, I never got to see Fela. I have seen Femi. I did some videos about that, but I've never seen Sean before. But hopefully one of these days he'll come over to my part of the world and I'll get to see him. But look at that. His face takes up the whole entire cover. You can't, hey, take these challenges seriously, man. I'm telling you. One of these days. Okay, so my next one, man, I always love the artwork on this next one I'm going to show you. And this one, it was never released on vinyl until recently. This is the 15th anniversary edition of Souls of Mischief, Montezuma's Revenge. Now, I saw a video on YouTube a while back of the guy, it might have been IG, of the guy who actually painted this. It just shows him going through the process. But this art is incredible. It's simply incredible, you know. And I just refuse to kind of buy the CD. I figured out when I come across it, I'll grab it. But in the meantime, you know, when I should say, as the years went by, you know, finally, you know, they pressed it on vinyl, and now I get to see it a lot bigger. I just love this, and of course, you got Prince Paul up here, who is for this project the fifth soul of Mischief. Prince Paul produced like 50% of this album, and the rest of the album was produced by different members of the Hieroglyphics. A Plus, I know Domino did some stuff on here. I think let's see, Opio did a couple songs on here, so they kept it all in the family on this one. I haven't even popped that one open yet, man. I'm so behind on listening to some of this stuff, so I haven't even heard this album yet, but I'm about to pop it open. Matter of fact, it's on colored vinyl, so let's say we open this right now and take a look at this. It's double vinyl. It says limited edition teal and purple. This was distributed by Fat Beats too, so there you go on that one. All right, mixed it up pretty nice there. Okay, I guess both of them kind of look like that. Look at that, man. That look crazy. So yeah, Souls of Mischief. I'll put that back in a second. All right, so this one, let's get serious right here. This is Brother Malcolm right here. Message to the Grassroots. One of my favorite Malcolm X records. I have a lot of Malcolm X stuff. I have a lot of like Black Power LPs, period. But you know, you gotta have some Malcolm in your collection. Other than maybe Dr. King, I think Malcolm might have had more albums, you know, as far as those in the Black Power movement. I think he had more albums than everybody. Malcolm and King, man, they had that sewn up. But yeah, this one, yeah, that's a really good picture of Brother Malcolm right there. I'm trying to think where this speech was. There's a lot to read back here. I'm assuming it was in New York or something. I don't know, but yeah, check that out. Mr. El Malik Shabazz. Let's go back to Hyro for a minute. This is the 9th record I'm showing you. Man, this is my favorite Casual song of all time. And not just this song, but the remix. I think the remix is 10 times better than the OG song. I remember the first time I heard this, I immediately was like, I gotta have that record. Back then, because I think I picked this up a few years after it was out. You know, I didn't pick it up right away. This was one of those records that immediately it was hard to find. You know, you didn't see hardly any copies in Milwaukee anywhere. It took me years to find it, some years after it was released. And I remember I was digging in this one. It was like a storeroom to a record store, and that's where I found, I believe, my first copy of this. And of course, I've been around Casual many, many times, so of course, I had to get that autographed by him. But yeah, the remix to "I Didn't Mean To," and look at why you gotta be mean mugging like that? You know, he could have smiled or something. He's serious business right there. It looked like he, you know, might have beat somebody up, you know, recently, or was on his way to go beat somebody. I don't know, you know. Don't. Anyway, yeah. Y'all digging these big faces on these covers? I am. And this last one that I want to show you, this is going to be my number 10. I actually came across this while I was looking for one of these other records, flipping through some records I got down here on the floor. And I was like, hey, this would be a perfect one to show for a couple of reasons. First of all, you got EPMD, up close and personal, one of my favorite groups in the world. And then the other cool thing is this is signed by all three members, which is pretty cool. So Parrish put 2011. So that's what that is. I don't remember where. I've seen these guys in concert so many times, you know, and I've actually met them at least twice. I've been around him like a lot more times, probably at least a half a dozen times or more. But these guys, I would have to look at my ticket stubs or something to find out exactly where it was that I got these. Oh, you know what? I know where it was. It was, I think this was at the Celebrity Theater here in Phoenix. Who were they opening for? I think it was EPMD, Big Daddy Kane, Houdini, and maybe one other group. Oh, it was Chubb Rock. That's who it was. Chubb Rock, mad cool. EPMD, mad cool. These guys do not disappoint if you get to meet them in person. Very, very nice individual. All three of them. So yeah, there you go, Mr. Triborough Thorough. This is my top 10, or at least 10, of the albums in my collection that really highlights the face. Nice, close up and personal. Yeah, how did I do? Holla at me, let me know. And he extended this invitation to anybody out there with vinyl. So if you have a nice record collection and you can pull out 10 copies of records where they're highlighting the face, and you got a YouTube channel, make a quick video, put it on here, send me the link, and we'll go from there. Alright? So big shout out to Triborough, Reg Reviews, and everybody else who I hope goes on and does a video of their own. So till next time, this is Daryl D, and y'all stay safe out there, right? Peace and love.